Dude, I feel like a fucking G.
How's it going, YouTubers? This is your one and only Python Versus here. Today, guys, I got a special video for you guys, all right? We got two triggers here from Delta Team Tactical. They're pretty much FRT triggers. So we got one inside the Spear LT and inside the MPX. So this is a whole game changer. So let's go back to the range so I can talk about these triggers some more. Now, when it came to shooting this, a few of the mags at the beginning, they weren't cutting it. Every time I shot, every fourth, fifth round, it was just getting jammed up. You will need a little bit of more gas. Now, as you know, the Spear LT, it doesn't have a more gas setting. I believe it has like an adverse and less gas. If you switched it over, these are for the guys that are planning to do this to a Spear LT, switch it over to the adverse setting, which says plus sign. If you switch it over to that, this thing will run like a dream. So I did have that hiccup at first. I thought it was a trigger. I thought it was a trip bar. Couldn't be the trip bar. The trip bar works fantastic. But yeah, do that, switch it over, and she starts shooting like a dream, man. I couldn't believe how well this thing shot. Also, if you feel like it has a little bit of more recoil on there, Geisley also has these springs that I believe that you can buy. I'm not sure if it's only for the MPX. I think they got it also as well for the Spear. So in case it has like a little bit of more kickback, it's pretty well controllable. You can control this thing fine. But those, you know, just in case you feel like the trigger slap is a little bit too hard, go ahead and get yourself one of those springs and you're golden from there. So like I said, this thing has three positions pretty much. You have the safe, then you have the semi, which works as intended, like a semi. Here, I'll demonstrate that for you guys right now. Make sure there's some round in there. Yes, there is. So you guys can see, it works perfectly fine with semi. Now, obviously, if you want to switch over to the FRT mode, which is the third position, pretty simple. You go over and you just, and there you have it. But this thing runs like a fucking dream, man. I mean, it's almost like, you know, it's how it's intended. it's how this thing is meant to run. Now, why did I add this on the Spear? Well, I love the Spear, but as you guys may know, my main gun, it is not the Spear. It is the Bren. I love the Bren. Freaking appreciate the Bren. I feel that the Spear here is a little bit front heavy, especially when you start adding attachments. You know, you got the, so you got the pack, you got the light, and then you got the suppressor. She starts feeling a bit front heavy. Not too bad, but trust me, she feels front heavy as hell. But other than that, that's the main reason why I added this one here to the Spear LT. And oh man, and also the MPX. The MPX, man. The MPX is a must. I feel like that's one of the guns that you need to put one of those FRT triggers in. So, yeah, man. When it comes to SIG, when it comes to specifically to the Spear LT and the MPX, you're gonna need a trip bar. Now, there's multiple places where you can get the trip bar. PMM, for example, they do the trip bars themselves too. Problem is that they're always out of stock. I don't know if they like to keep on selling it. I don't know what it is with them, but for some reason they make like 50 of them and then out of stock, and then you don't see them for like a couple of months after that. So there's other company, I believe Frankenstein Armory does them as well. There's Midnight Machines, I believe, does them as well. I did have a little bit of an issue with the Midnight Machine one because I had to shave off a little bit. That's the one that I have installed on the MPX, and after shaving a few of the shavings and the holes and everything, that's when it started running fine. But other than that, you're gonna need a trip bar in order for yourself to run one of these, and one of these you know, SIG Spear LT or the MPX itself. Now Delta Team Tactical did send me out a second trigger for me to try out on the MPX. Like I said before, she runs like a freaking dream, by the way. There's only one hiccup that I have, which I believe it was from the trip bar that I have here. I might order a new one from Frankenstein Armory and see how it runs on here, because the trip bar that I had before, I had to do a little bit of shaving on it in order for it to work correctly on it. But the problem is that now when I go to semi, it still pretty much feels like it's on FRT mode. She'll spit out bullets. So currently right now, she's on safe, semi, and FRT. So I believe this is the cost of the trip bar. So we're gonna run this bad boy straight in FRT mode, just so you guys can see how insanely well she runs. So it's just a standard MPX. I didn't change anything except for the gas regulator that I have in here, but I have it on pretty much on the normal stock setting that you would have it if you was to buy a regular MPX. So yeah, let's get going here and see how well she runs. And as you can see there, no hiccups whatsoever, man. And this is what I mean. I mean, holy crap, man. I love the MPX platform. Love the MPX platform. But this trigger makes this, it almost is how it should be. It's just pretty much how it should be. This thing is freaking amazing, man. It makes me, the first time I brought my MPX, I was in love. I was like, yes, this thing is great. Maybe I should add a binary, I thought to myself. Now, I have a binary on the MP5. Love it. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. It's super enjoyable. But it's not the same as like an FRT trigger. And I feel like it's the most enjoyable gun in the safe right now. As you guys may know, it is legal now. You guys can own this depending on your state. All right, depending on your state. I ain't no freaking lawyer, so go do your freaking research. But it is now legal. And this is just perfect, man. This is perfect. And I feel like the more people that have this, the better it will be. The better it will be. Like, don't get me wrong, semi-auto is fun and all, but you know, we can't have, they already took full auto away from us. So this is not full auto, by the way. So don't get it twisted out there, guys. Don't think this is a full auto firearm. You know, I had some discussions. I had some discussions with some folks before, and they assumed that it was straight full auto. No, this is not full auto. There's a lot of research out there. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there that explains this trigger and how it functions. So do your due diligence and do your own research on it. So don't think this is full auto. All right, it's literally your finger. That's all it is. It's just your finger doing the work. But like I said, man, the more these gets in the hand of, you know, a lot of people, I feel like the more we could come back to having firearms how they should be. As of now, when it comes to these FRT triggers, you guys do have to be careful where is it that you guys are buying it from. Like I said, Delta Team Tactical, their freaking triggers are built fantastic. The build quality is the main reason why I went straight for them for their trigger. I paid with my own money. I brought one with my own money. The other one they sent me out so I can try it out on my MPX. And oh man, it is insane how great their quality is on that trigger. I believe for now they're the only ones with the 3 position. I'm not sure if there's any other. I remember there was a trigger, I think it was the WoW trigger or something like that, and for some reason there was a lot of complaint on the quality built of it. You know, the Rare Breeze trigger, be careful where you get those. Those are still a little bit iffy to, you know, purchase as of now, because I believe they're not making them at the moment with the whole lawsuit that they're fighting. I will be trying to order a new trip bar, check this bad boy out from there, and then switch it over and see how the semi works on the MPX. I'm not too really upset about it. Like I said, it does its function, and it is to spit all that ammo out. It is very costly. You got to think about that too when you install one of these triggers. It is very costly because you're spitting out a shit ton of ammo. But it's fun, right? It is insanely fun. So you got to think about things like that. Just think about in terms of the cost. The trigger is a little bit expensive. the Delta Team Tactical trigger. I believe when I first brought my first one, it was about 540 bucks, and then shipping from there, the shipping wasn't too bad. So like 580 bucks, almost 600 bucks for that trigger. But they do get sales often, which is amazing. Sometimes you see them like $100 off. So just stay tuned to their website. Just wait for them to pop right back up, and I would suggest, because like I said, I tried to buy another one, and at the time it freaking sold out instantly. Sold the freak out. So once you see it come up, I would suggest just jumping on there right away and picking one up. So anyways, guys, this is Python Versus, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please share this video with a friend, you know, it's just so they can have some knowledge on FRT triggers and stuff like that. You know, this is a freaking amazing product. And like I said, Delta Team Tactical, man, they killed it when it came to this trigger. So this is freaking fantastic. But like I said, yeah, you know, the more this is spread out to a whole bunch of folks, the firearm industry folks, this is just perfect. I feel like the more we get, more of our rights back. So anyways, guys, love you guys. Be safe out there. Stay dangerous.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving.